The land down under has never been easier to reach. United Airlines has more flights between the U.S. and Australia than any other U.S. airline, so you can fly nonstop to destinations like Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane. Explore dazzling cities, savor the very best of Aussie cuisine, and get up close and personal with the wildlife. Who doesn't want to hold a koala? Go to united.com/Australia to book your adventure.
Ryan Reynolds here for, I guess, my 100th Mint commercial. No, don't. I mean, honestly, when I started this, I thought I only have to do like 4 of these. I mean, it's unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month. How are there still people paying 2 or 3 times that much? I'm sorry, I shouldn't be victim blaming here. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save. Whenever you're ready.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.
This is Optimal Finance Daily. How to Stop Stressing About Your To-Do List by Rose Lounsbury of roselounsbury.com. And I'm your host and personal finance enthusiast, Diana Merriam. Welcome back to a bonus Sunday episode. I do this once a week so we can hear a little more content to optimize our lives. And today I'm sharing one from Optimal Living Daily. If you enjoy it, you can follow or subscribe in your favorite podcast app for daily episodes. So with that, here's Justin from Optimal Living Daily as we optimize your life.
How to Stop Stressing About Your To-Do List by Rose Lounsbury of roselounsbury.com. When I was a kid, I can remember sitting in the back seat of our green station wagon, staring out the window as we drove the 4 hours down I-75 from the thumb of Michigan to Fremont, Ohio to visit my grandparents. It was the 1980s. No cell phones, no portable streaming devices. Thus, I was stuck with the most popular in-car entertainment for kids of the era, staring out the window and thinking about stuff. I remember watching all the other cars go by. Sometimes we passed them, and sometimes they passed us. Some were going our way, some the opposite way. And I remember being struck by this incredible thought. We will never know all of them. There were so many cars, so many people, all headed to their own destinations, perhaps to work or other obligations, to appointments, or to see people they loved. My young mind struggled to grasp that all these people were headed somewhere, just like us, and their somewhere was just as important to them as ours was to us. And to blow my young mind even further, I realized that to them, we were just another car headed down 75, a station wagon of nameless, unknowable people, a passing blur on their own journey to wherever they were going. They hardly gave us a second thought as they switched lanes or signaled for their exit. This thought amazed and slightly disturbed me. And when I stop to think about it now, it has the same effect, because it points to a great truth, our collective smallness and insignificance, the sheer vastness of the world. But within all of that, the power of each individual's purpose and meaning. Our little green car was headed somewhere, and to us, that somewhere mattered. I thought about this last night as I made my schedule for today. I do this most nights before I go to sleep. I consult my calendar, my to-do lists, my brain, and I make a list of must-dos and want-to-dos. I try to block them out in time blocks, often using separate colors. I put stars or double stars by the really important ones. This, or a variation of it, is a very typical activity for many people. And I often encounter a frustrating pattern when I do this. There just isn't enough time to do all the things I want to do. Because I want to wake up early and meditate. I want to exercise. I want to schedule social media for my business. I want to reach out to past clients and see how they're doing. I want to attend the scheduled Zoom calls on my calendar. I want to make healthy meals for my family and spend time with them. And I want to work on this blog post. All of these wants, all of these to-do desires rush through the pencil in my hand, jostling for their spot on my paper. And I'm often frustrated that there simply isn't room for all of them. This often makes me feel anxious or defeated, unproductive, like a bit of a failure. Somewhere isn't someone getting all of the things done? Somewhere isn't someone managing everything? And why can't I seem to do it? This has been especially surprising to me during COVID-19. Despite the horrific news and general feelings of anxiety we're all experiencing, I thought this pandemic, with its social distancing and forced stay-at-home orders, would give me the one thing I've always wanted more of: time. I'd finally get caught up. Despite its drawbacks, the great pause would create the exact space I needed to feel like everything is finally, once and for all, crossed off the list. Cue my dismay when this did not happen. But then I thought of those I-75 trips of my childhood and all the passing cars all going somewhere, and I realized another truth. We can only go one place at a time. We were on the highway headed to my grandmother's house. Along the way, we passed thousands of other possible destinations, but that day, at that time, we could only go to one place. Sure, we could have worked ourselves up fretting about all the exits we didn't take, all the cars that were taking those exits and the possible places and people they could have been experiencing. We could have dwelt on that and chastised ourselves for our inability to pack more into our trip. Or we could have done what I usually did: sit back, stare out the window, and enjoy the ride to the most important place we were headed that day, Grandma's house. So when I think about my to-do list today or any day, I think about those car rides. We're all on the road. We're all headed somewhere, doing something. And if we can take a moment to pull our eyes off our lists, look up at the sky or out the window and just take it all in, maybe we'll actually enjoy the ride, pleasurably anticipate where we're headed that day, one tiny purposeful car among billions, instead of anxiously fretting about where we're not. So today, I'll do one thing, one at a time. And when I find myself worrying that it's not enough, that I'm some type of failure for not managing to do more, I'll try to remember those car rides of my childhood. I'll put myself back in that metaphorical backseat, staring out the window, relaxing into the road I'm traveling today. Sure, I'm just one car out of billions, but I'm my car. This is my journey, the only one I get to take. And I can choose to relax into it or not. And today, I want to enjoy the ride. Cheers to less worrying about what you're not doing and more loving what you are. You just listened to the post titled, How to Stop Stressing About Your To-Do List by Rose Lounsbury of roselounsbury.com.
Buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. It's a simple concept, but not necessarily an easy concept. Right now, high interest rates have crushed the real estate market. Prices are falling and properties are available at a discount, which means F.I.R.E believes now is the time to expand the F.I.R.E flagship fund's billion-dollar real estate portfolio. You can add the F.I.R.E flagship fund to your portfolio in minutes by visiting fundrise.com/OFD. That's FUNDRISE.com/OFD. Carefully consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the F.I.R.E flagship fund before investing. This and other information can be found in the fund's prospectus at fundrise.com/OFD. This is a paid advertisement.
Isn't the point of traveling to get away from it all? To feel the best you've ever felt? Then maybe you should check out Aruba. You'll spend your time relaxing on cool, white, sandy beaches and floating in healing blue water. You'll meet locals brimming with gratitude for an island that redefines what a paradise can be. When your trip comes to an end, you won't need another vacation because you just had the vacation. That's the Aruba effect. Plan your trip at aruba.com.
Thank you to Rose. I could definitely relate to that idea of thinking that with stay-at-home orders, I'd have more time to get things done, but of course, that's not how things work. There's just way too many cars on the road, to use her metaphor, and it's all about priorities. Which destination do you want to reach today? It's totally up to you. So thank you for being here and listening. I really appreciate you making this one of your destinations for today. I wouldn't be headed where I'm going without you, and I really don't want to change where I'm going, so it means a lot that you're listening. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll be back for the Thursday show tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.